Hello everybody, it is Yami Fujita, and we are once again back. Man, this music. With Danganronpa V3 Killing Harmony. We are in the middle of the class trial, the first class trial, and we ended off on a note where that required this scary music. Because we've been through a number of theories. Multiple people have been accused, and all of those theories and accusations have been debunked so far. So far, someone tried to accuse, well, I know exactly who it was, Kokichi, I believe his name, Kokichi tried to accuse Miyu, since she was the one who was working with the cameras. That theory was debunked because, as Korda Kyo said, or we call him Kyo, she was in the dining hall at the time of the death. Of Rantaro's death. So, but she couldn't have done it. I think her name is Kirumi. Make sure I get that right. Yeah, Kirumi. She tried to accuse Ganta of being the killer. And because Ganta was in the AV room, and the rear door of the AV room is directly across from the rear door of the library. And then across from that door is Rantaro's dead body. So she tried to say that because Ganta is so strong, he could have thrown that shot put ball all the way across the hall and killed him with it. But then that theory was debunked because, according to the evidence, that being the pictures, the bookcase, the hidden bookcase, was opened when Rantaro died. So, you wouldn't be able to throw anything at him from across the hallway, because you would have hit the bookcase. So, multiple things, multiple theories, or those were the multiple accusations that were shot down. Actually, that's not even all. Sumigi was being accused at one point because, again, what we had said, what Kaede said at first, before this trial even began, is now the same thing that somebody else tried to accuse her of, which was, since she's the ultimate cosplayer, she could have disguised herself. Disguising has nothing to do with this crime scene. That's what I truly believe. Disguising has nothing to do with this crime scene. Nobody disguised themselves when they committed this murder. But not only that, as she also said, there is a big difference between cosplaying and disguising. And disguising means you're trying to hide from something. That's not what cosplaying is. And she gets an allergic reaction whenever she tries to cosplay as anything that isn't a fictional character. So, completely debunks that accusation. Then, Ryoma tried to say that the killer snuck through the vents that were connected between the classroom A, and the library. We had to explain to him that, again, Kaede and Shuichi had stacked books in front of the vent in the library, and they were watching Classroom A's vent to ensure that nobody could sneak through it. So, there's no way somebody could have snuck through that. So, now everybody is stumped. Or at least that left everybody stumped temporarily. But now Miyu is saying that the killer had to have known about the trap that Kaede and Shuichi were setting up. And they managed to kill Rantaro while avoiding the shooting patterns of the cameras. Or she calls them intervals. Avoiding the shooting intervals of the cameras. So, we are gonna find out what on earth she means by all that, and if this is gonna be a theory that ultimately gets debunked once again, or if it'll stand. So let's find out. So, no, what's this interval you're talking about?
ああてめえは今さら何言ってやがんだ
What do you mean now? I'm
知って
asking.
の通りあのカメラは一度シャッターが降りると次に撮影できるようになるまで30秒
You
か
see,
かっ
see,
ちまうんだ
okay, you see, I feel like she had to have told us that before. No, I feel like she told us that before. That once the camera snaps, it can't snap anything else again for 30 seconds. So... No, but that doesn't really explain how the killer used that to their advantage.
もともとは手動のフィルムを自動で巻き上げるように改造したせいなんだけどな
To auto-roll the film instead of having to do it manually, that's right.
そういう大事なことはもっと早く言ってなんだよ改造カメラを渡すときに言ったっつうの
That's what I thought. She had to have told us. Or at least said something close to that. She told Shuichi.
犀原くんあ、ごめん言い忘れてたみたいだ
Okay, yeah, again, like, I'm really hoping that it doesn't end up being him, but again, it is kind of suspicious that Kaide did not know about the fact that the cameras were designed to auto-roll the film instead of having to do it manually, as in, because it's an old film-type camera. So instead of having to do that thing manually with the camera, it does it automatically. That's how Miyu designed them. Somehow Kaide did not know about that, even though I could have sworn Miyu mentioned it. But apparently she only told Shuichi. And again, we have those pictures that were taken of Shuichi, and he claims that that was when he was trying to take the cameras down.
言い忘れてた隠し撮りの計画には支障がないと思ったしまさか
You didn't realize it
こ
would
んなこと
matter.
になるとは思ってもなかったからそれで言い忘れちゃったみたいだ本当にごめん
Yeah, I'm sorry. I forgot to tell. That's a very important detail.
そんなことないよきっと本当に忘れただけなんだってあの時はバタバタしてたからそれで説明するのを忘れちゃ
There
ったんだ
was a
よね
lot going on, but that's a very crucial detail to not tell anybody.
まあ恋かミスかは後回しだそれよりカメラのインターバルの話をしようぜ
イルマさんインターバルは30秒と言ったわね
Okay, at this point, I think I can go to the next guide video. There was only a few minutes left in this guide video. Okay, no, there's still a couple minutes left.
ああザリガニ並みの知能しかねえおめえらのためにもう一度イカマツと臭い原が図書室に仕掛けた3台のカメラはセンサーが感知してシャッターが降りた後
The 3 cameras that we placed go off when they pick up movement, when they
次に
detect
撮影で
movement.
きるようになるまで30秒かかっちまうんだフィルムを自動で巻き上げねえといけねえからな
Like, at this point, I'm keeping a counter for every time that I skip their dialogue by accident.
ではその30秒間ならカメラに映らずに図書室に入れるんですね
But how would the killer have known that somebody went through the cameras?
30秒もあるなら図書室に入るどころか天海君を殺して逃げることも可能かもしれないわよ
I mean, I know that Rantaro entered the library to the rear door, so that's one picture. And then he also went by the bookcase. That was another picture.
はい急げば可能かもしれません
まるまるじゃあ間違いないね犯人 はカメラのインターバルを利用したんだよ。
となると犯人はそのインターバルのことを知ってた
No.
ギルマちゃんで決まりだね。
He's still trying to double down on
バ
her.
カ言ってんじゃねえ。俺様には食堂にいたってアリバイがあったろ。
ああ、そういえばそうだったね。じゃあ他にインターバルを知ってたのって
The only other person that knew about the intervals was Shuichi.
誰だったっけ。
犀原だけだよ。
それなら図書室で天海君を殺した犯人も
Because once again,
ことになるのかな。
and again, we don't know if this is actually the truth yet, but once again, it is suspicious that when the receiver went off, he left to go check what was going on in the library and told us to wait in the classroom. If he ends up being the killer, then that one incident is his downfall. That's the biggest point. That plus he's the only other person besides Miyu who knew about the camera intervals. When his receiver went off, he did not want us to go with him into that basement. No, why not? He said that he wanted us to keep an eye on the classroom, which seems like a good reason, but was that just a ruse to give him time to commit his crime without being seen? Now let's see.
犀原君か。
There's still way too much time left in this trial, so I really don't think it's him.
違うよね。君はそんなことをしたりしないよね。
黙ってないで何か言ったら沈黙は停滞を生むだけだよ。
Yeah, come on now. You gotta say something. Don't be
はっ
silent.
きりしてください。あなたが天海さんを殺した犯人なんですか。ねえ、犀原君、本当にどうしたの。
まさか黙秘なんて言わねえよな。
Yeah, not a good time.
つまらなくない展開になってきた。
This is the perfect time to start talking. No way. Shuichi can't be the culprit. That's definitely wrong. There's no way. I refuse to believe Shuichi is the culprit. That's definitely not possible. Alright. That's our intermission. So now I'll go ahead and jump to the next video, and this video is 2 hours long, so that lets me know right away. Oops. That we are still not halfway through this trial yet, but that's why this is the stream for this class trial. This entire stream will be on finishing this class trial.
さてと。
Wow, the trial is racing toward its thrilling conclusion. You know who the culprit is? Obviously I know, because I know everything. What? Know everything? No, everything. Daddy knows everything about anything. He basically traded his bearhood for godhood. Yes, he has betrayed his Earth sign ancestors. Traded? No, I'm still obviously a bear. It is obvious, right? Right, you guys? You sure ain't no fish, but you damn sure smell like one.
というわけで。
Anyway, since I know everything, I'll give you the whole story later. Try your hardest to nab the culprit, and believe me, that's no lie. If I lied, it would shake the game to its very foundation. So trust me, and please enjoy the class trial without any worries. Alright, time to resume.
なんだか徐々にプロシーンに近づいてる気がしてドキドキしてきたわ。 おいらさっぱり犯人がわかんないや。途中から話を聞いてなかったから
No,
当たり
I
前だ
need you
け
to
ど
be paying
さ。
attention.
せやけどこれだけはわかるで。被害者と加害者の線引きが難しい世の中や。自分もい
Okay, that's the second time.
毒が回ってきたから左足を切り落とすことにしたぞ。春になれば切り落とした部分から綺麗な花が咲く。
All right.
黙ってないでなんか言いなよ。なんも言えねえってことはてめえが犯人なんだな、このクソボケが。ちょっと待ってよ、そんなの違うってありえないよ。だって犀原君は私と一緒にずっと教室で見張りをしてたんだよ。
He wasn't with you the whole time. It's like she's trying to conveniently leave out the fact that he left to go check out the basement when his receiver went off, and he told you to wait in the classroom.
その犀原君がいつ天海君を殺したっていうの？本当にずっと一緒だったの？
Yeah, exactly. Thank you for asking, finally.
何が？見張りの最中ずっと一緒に離れなかったのかって聞いてるんだよ。
Because you weren't.
それはちょっとだけだけど離れたよ。
And here it is. I'm gonna go check out the basement. I'll come with you. No, you stay and keep watch, Kaede.
じゃあその時に天海ちゃんを殺しに行ったんだね。
And again, it's still way too early.
犀
So,
原君が犯人なわけないじゃん。
this theory will likely get shot down at some point, but we'll see.
感情的になるのは良くないよ。僕らは冷静に論理的に真実へと向かうべきなんだ。
Because one thing that we need to have is evidence.
ここで命を落としたくなければね。
You know, him telling us to wait in the classroom so that he can check out the basement is not
感
necessarily
情的になっ
evidence.
てるわけじゃなくて、私はちゃんと根拠があって言ってるんだよ。
Even if Shuichi did go to the basement, he couldn't have killed Nantaro because... So she's the security sensor going off, the murder weapon. Well, the murder weapon for one couldn't have gotten his hands on the murder weapon. The shot put ball from the warehouse. So that's still not the answer. Like, I am running out of hearts. And we'll say the time it took for him to... So it's the security sensor going off.
だって防犯センサーの受信機が鳴ったのって犀原君が教室に戻ってきた後なんだよ。
So, aha! So the security alarm didn't go off until after he came back. It wasn't before he left.
あれは天海君が本棚を動かしたせいで鳴ったんだから、その時はまだ天海君は生きていたはずでしょ。あれが鳴ったのを一緒に聞いてるってことは、犀原君は犯人じゃないんだよ。
ところで赤松ちゃんに一つ確認なんだけど、その防犯センサーを動く本棚に取り付けたのって犀原ちゃんだったりしない？
Yes, but so what? I'll set up the cameras that's connected to the security sensor. I'll set it carefully so the camera has a clear shot when the mastermind moves the bookcase. Let me take care of the security sensor on top of the bookcase. And we'll set the cameras near each door.
本棚に防犯センサーを取り付けたのは犀原君だったけど、それがどうしたの？
その防犯センサーがちゃんと本棚に取り付けられたか 赤松ちゃんはその目で確認した？
してないけど。
だったら防犯センサーを動く本棚に仕掛けたのは犀原ちゃんの嘘かもしれ
Well,
ないよ
again,
ね。
that's complete speculation. We can very easily debunk that if we just go look now. Or if Shuichi decides to talk.
犀原ちゃんは防犯センサーを動く本棚に仕掛けたふりをして
No, he didn't.
自分の手に持ってたんじゃない？
There's a picture of Rantaro going straight towards that camera, so that's a lie.
赤松ちゃんと会っている時に隠し持ったそのセンサーをこっそり動かして
How could he trigger the sensor when he meets up with Kaide in a classroom?
わざと受信機を鳴らしたんだよ。
そのせいでたった今誰かが本棚を動かしたんだって赤松さんは勘違いしてしまったんだね。
There is a major flaw in this theory.
こいてを使いやがるぜ。
No, at this rate, everyone's gonna think Shuichi's the culprit. I have to do something. I know for a fact that he's not the culprit. So I gotta do something. I know for a fact, too. Lines of white noise will appear to disrupt your reactions. Your truth bullets will disappear if they touch these lines, so think of them as obstacles. Please time your truth bullets just right so they won't get interrupted by the white noise. You can use the silencer. Okay, so this is where the X button will come in to remove it. Dude, now why would you do that? Because not only does that make it easier to shoot the right weak spots, but you'll also get additional time. Well, that's nice of them, yeah. Use it to your heart's content. Thank you for the opportunity. Alright. Receiver, rear entrance, hidden. Yeah, hidden. I already know which one we're gonna need. I already know which truth bullet we're gonna need. Just wanted to get the guide video up to where I was at. I already know that the truth bullet I'm gonna need is the hidden door camera. The hidden door photo, okay. Yeah, there's two photos. Yeah, it's gonna be this one. Oh, wrong button.
動く本棚じゃなかったんだ。実は犀原ちゃんがずっと持ってたんだよ。
赤松さんが聞いたブザー音は犀原くんがこっそりセンサーを動かしてわざと鳴らした音だったんだね。
赤松はそいつを聞いたせいでたった今誰かが本棚を動かしたって。
そう勘違いしちゃったんだ。
And again, he says nothing. Shuichi couldn't have had the sensor on him. That's right, and I should have evidence that proves it beyond a shadow of a doubt.
防犯センサーが仕掛けられていたのは動く本棚じゃなかったんだ。実は犀原ちゃんがずっと持ってたんだよ。
赤松さんが聞いたブザー音は犀原くんがこっそりセンサーを動かしてわざと鳴らした音だった。
I think that what he said is the one that's wrong.
赤松はそいつを聞いたせいで
He
たっ
didn't
た今
secretly
誰か
move
が本
anything.
棚を動かしたって。
そう勘違いしちゃったんだ。
And let me just look to make sure, but I'm pretty sure I know which one is the wrong, or the thing that's wrong. Hang on. Okay. No, I'm on the wrong one. Okay.
防犯センサー動く本棚じゃなかったんだ。実は サイハラちゃんが
赤松さんが聞いたブザー音はサイハラ君がこっそりセンサーを動かして
Well, how did that miss? Well, how did that
防犯センサーが
miss?
仕掛けられていたのは
It's because that's still the wrong answer. Like, no, which of these proves that he... Like, which of these things proves that... Was front entrance photos an option? Well, this wouldn't matter. Receiver on Shuichi, hidden door photos, lookout classroom. So, the receiver on Shuichi was placed on the moving bookcase. So are they trying to say that it wasn't there? Because then in that case, this is what's wrong.
Akamatsuさんが聞いたブザー音はサイハラ君がこっそりセンサーを動かして
So it's not this one either. We are running out of health, man. We're running. I can't keep guessing anymore. The person that I'm watching is having just as hard of a time as I am. Like, no, which one of these truth bullets proves that Shuichi is innocent? They're struggling just as hard as I am. Okay, finally.
センサーが仕掛けられていたのは動く本棚じゃなかったんだ。
Okay, got it, finally.
それは違うよ。
So the hidden door camera was the correct truth bullet.
おかしいよ。防犯センサーが動く本棚に仕掛けられてなかったら、あんな写真は撮れてないはずだよ。
Exactly. It already says right here that the receiver was placed on the moving bookcase. Or the sensor, or not the receiver, a sensor was placed on the moving bookcase. Which means there was a, which means that this picture, where is it? hidden door photos. That which means this picture was taken because that sensor was triggered. So, there's no way you can sit here and tell me, or tell her, that a sensor wasn't placed there.
あれは防犯センサーが仕掛けられた本棚を天海くんが動かしたせいで撮れた写真なんだからさ。
なんだ、そんなことか。あのね。
Oh, is it really easy to explain?
あ、そういえばそうだね。ごめん、そこまでは考えてなかったよ。
そんなあっさりですか？
いやー、どうやら今の俺の推理には穴があったみたいだね。
最初から分かっていたような口調だね。まあ、君の推理に踊らされた。
Okay, you guys need to understand. This guy is an instigator.
とにかく、犀原くんは犯人じゃないんだって。絶対に。
いや、ちょっと待て。重い防犯センサーの受信機には電源がついてたはずだ。だったらこういう方法もあったんじゃねえか。確かに防犯センサーは本棚に仕掛けられていて、犀原はその受信機を持っていた。
Yes.
ただ、犀原はその受信機の電源をオフにしていたんだ。
He turned it off after Rantaro died.
なんで？どうして？
そうすれば、天海が本棚を動かしたとき、ブザーは鳴らずに写真だけが撮られるだろう。
Like, am I forgetting something?
と言って図書室に行き、30秒のインターバルを利用することで、天海の後を追って図書室に侵入したってわ
I
けだ。
thought that nothing got turned off until well after Rantaro's death.
そして天海くんを殺した後で動く本棚から防犯センサーを回収すれば、
赤松さんの目の前で受信機を鳴らして彼女を勘違いさせることができるね。
確かにカメラのインターバルを知ってた犀原くんなら可能な方法ですね。
めんどいし運頼りなところもあるが、できんこともないかな。では本当に犀原さんが犯人なんですね。
Yeah, I could have sworn that the receivers weren't turned off until after the death already happened.
アンフェアな推理小説みたいだね。
待ってよみんな。本気で犀原くんが犯人だと思ってるの？ねえ、犀原くんも何とか言ってよ。どうして何も言わないの？
And he just refuses to say anything.
どうしたの？君は犯人じゃないんだよね。
おい、いいのかよ。このままだとマジでおめえが犯人になっちまうぞ。
それでいいの？もう諦めちゃったの？
What should I do? But everyone suspects Shuichi. There's no way he's the culprit, but even so. Why won't Shuichi say anything? Is there a reason he won't say anything? If that's the case, then it's all up to me. To protect everyone, I need to take control of this debate. Even if that means I have to lie to do it. Did you hear that? A lie. Now I know that sounds crazy telling a lie in a class trial, but sometimes telling a lie is necessary to reach the truth. Oh, but don't worry, there are no lies in this tutorial. From here on out, there will be times in a debate you have to lie. Before you had to refute the lies, but now you'll have to lie yourself. Doesn't that get your heart pumping? Here's how it works. Select the truth bullet like normal, non-stop debates. But when you hold triangle, the truth bullet will become a lie bullet with the opposite meaning. Releasing triangle will shoot the lie bullet. When you use a lie bullet to argue or to agree with someone's statement, it'll become a perjury, a statement that paints over the truth with lies. While lying, your influence gauge will drain. A successful lie will restore it. But if you miss with your lie bullet, you will take damage, so be careful. Also, I've heard a rumor that there is a secret way to advance debates. It's called a back route. Let's just say that only those who lie, well, will be able to find it. Thank you muchly.
最後にもう一度事件を振り返っておこうか。
防犯ブザーは動く本棚に仕掛けてあった。犀原も受信機を持っていたが。
That's true.
その電源を切っておいたんだね。
だから天海君が本棚を動かした時はブザーは鳴らずに写真だけが撮られたんだね。
その後犀原はカメラのインターバルを利用し
図書室に忍び込んで天海をぶっ殺したんだ。そして動く本棚から防犯センサーを回収し見張り場所に戻ったんですね。あとは楓の前で受信機をわざと鳴らして殺人がその時起きたと勘違いさせれば神田殺人事件の完成だね。高松は犀原に利用されたんだな。
The basis for the suspicion is that Shuichi had the receiver for the security sensor. If I can argue against that, then everything should be okay. I have to retake control. I have to tell a lie so we can get closer to the truth.
最後にもう一度事件を振り返っておこうか。
防犯ブザーは動く本棚に仕掛けてあった。犀原も受信機を持っていたが。
Well, I don't know if that... So... I gotta see how this is supposed to be done. So that's the part that I'm probably gonna have to shoot at, but not regularly. Yeah, so I probably gotta hold it. I gotta hold on to it.
その電源を切っておいたんだね。
Okay.
本棚を動かした時は
I'm not gonna try to do it now because then it's gonna...
と犀原は
Let's just skip over this again. And we're gonna spend the remaining time that's left trying to shoot this properly.
利用されたんじゃな。
Alright, so we got 3 minutes. I'm on the right bullet, and I know which one I have to shoot at.
防犯ブザーは動く本棚に仕掛けてあった。犀原も受信機を持っていたが。
There we go. You just have to hold on to it.
ごめん、みんなに言いそびれちゃったことがあるんだ。
言いそびれたこと？
実は私なんだよね。防犯センサーの受信機を持ってたのって。
But aren't they gonna tell that this is a lie?
だから犀原くんが都合よく受信機の電源を切ったりできるわけがないんだよ。
Hold on, I'm gonna add some water.
それが本当だとすると今の推理は根本から間違っていたことになりますか。
赤松さん、今のは本当なの？
当たり前じゃん。だって嘘なんかついたって仕方ないし。
You just did.
そんなことしても自分の首を絞めるだけだ。間違ったら全員死んじまうんだからな。
死んでもいいから犀原君をかばいたかったとか。
Yep, that's exactly what she's doing.
死んでまで他人をかばうなんていくらなんでも考えられません。
Well, that's exactly what she's doing right now.
さすがロボ、心ない発言だね。
ロボに心がないなんて先入観やめてください。計算すれば心ある発言だってできるんです。
計算は必要なんだね。
ありえない話じゃないと思うけどね。狂気の愛に抱かれた人には僕だから愛する人のためなら何でもしてあげたい。そう思った経験は誰にでもあるんじゃないかな。僕にだってあるからね。
Alright, anyway.
でもその人は迷惑だったと思います。 だってあなたって気持ち悪いですからね。
これも可能性はあると思うよ。二人は仲良しだからすっかり情が移ってたりね。それにさっきの赤松ちゃんってなんか嘘っぽいんだ。
You see? Like, I knew it was coming.
ほら、俺って嘘つきだから嘘をついてるやつのことが分かっちゃう。
Like, there's no way nobody was gonna know that that was a lie.
ま、判断はみんなに任せるよ。どうする？みんなは赤松ちゃんを信じる？
赤松さんのことは信じたいですけど、どう考えても犀原さんは怪しいんですよね。さっきからずっと無言ですし、男子ですし。
ああ、うちも同感じゃ。
それに犀原以外に怪しいやつもいないしね。
だったら犯人はダサい原でぶっ決まりだな。もう投票しちまおうぜ。
And here is probably where everything will flip. Let's see.
さすがに犯人を決めるのは
Yep.
まだ早いと思います。
It's still too soon to determine the culprit.
私も同感かな。犀原くんが犯人だとは思えないんだよね。
ああ、俺も違うと思うぜ。
アンジーも違うと思う。でも神様の意見は分かんないんだ。神様はお昼寝タイムに入っちゃったから。
What?
困ったわね。すっかり意見が分かれているわ。
うん、ほとんど真っ二つだね。これってどうやって決めればいいのかな。
ちょっと待ったー。真っ二つ？今真っ二つとおっしゃいましたか？
The what now? Like what?
確かに聞きましたよ。おへそのセンサーで聞きました。
Well, what's the problem?
何ですか？
そういうことならお任せあれ。我が最終学園が誇る変形裁判場の出番ですね。
変形裁判所？
裁判場が変形するの？マジで見たい見たい。
I honestly don't even want to know what that looks like. Either way, we have to do something. We can't vote for Shuichi because he's definitely not the culprit. If we vote for him, all hope is lost. I won't be able to save everyone. But I haven't lost hope yet. I won't give up. Before I can save everyone, I need to make sure we're all on the same page. You need to make sure that Shuichi says something. And you split down the middle. At times like this, debate scrums are perfect. In a debate scrum, you'll be split into two teams. Then, you argue your opinions against each other. But look, everyone's so fired up, the subject of your statements don't match. It's not how you debate at all. You have to match your subject with your opponents and put them in the correct order. It's new mechanic after new mechanic, as expected. That's how you make a good debate. Your side's subject keywords will be displayed, but your opponent's subjects won't be revealed yet. Listen closely for the subject of your opponent's argument. Before your opponent finishes their statement, find the same subject keyword with the arrow keys. And press the triangle button to argue the subject with the same keyword. If you and your opponent's arguments match, then your opponent's keyword will be revealed. And when all the statements match up, you will enter the finale. Try to convince all your opponents at once. And continuously tap the button displayed on the screen to push your opponent's claim out. Don't get pushed back. Push their claim out for a perfect refutation. This sounds like a whole lot. I definitely need to see how this is supposed to work before doing it. As he morphs the stage. No, now we're all levitating. Alright, if you're afraid of heights, you're gonna have to deal with it.
犀原君はカメラのインター
Okay, yeah, before any of that. Okay, so the arrow keys or the left joystick is to select the speaker. But also the right joystick is to select the speaker. And triangle is to make a statement. So I guess the people on the left and on the right will be selecting a subject and then making it, but they have to match. The subjects have to match. And then we make the case. So let me just see how this is supposed to be done before I start it. And of course, I'm throwing in the possibility. I have this at the fastest pace for a video right now because this person is struggling the same way that I am. Okay, I think I'm starting to understand it. But this person is running out of time. Okay, wait. Oops. Okay. Alright, let's see if I can get this. Let's see if I can get this. The person I'm watching, they ran out of time the first time. Because, just like me, we're trying to figure this out. But, let's see if I understand. Like, I have to line up our points, like our subjects, with the opponent's subjects and fire at that, or make the statement it should say. Alright, so let's just see.
俺様にはアリバイがあるだろうが、桃田君。
犀原のアリバイだって赤松が証言しただろう。
犀原と赤松はずっと一緒だったわけじゃないよね。
Oh wait, crap.
受信機が鳴ったのは2人が一緒にいた時よ。
犀原が受信機を持っていたなら偽装の可能性もあるがな。
キーボ君。
実際に受信機を持っていたのは赤松さんです。
だからそれは赤松ちゃんの嘘でしょ。
私が嘘かどうかはもっと話し合ってみ
Okay, did I get it?
犀原君はカメラのインターバルのことを隠してたよね。
If our points don't match, we won't be able to make a convincing argument. I'm gonna convince everyone that Suchi is not the culprit.
犀原君はカメラのインターバルのことを隠して。
でも、イルマさんもインターバルのことを黙ってたし。
俺様にはアリバイがあるだろうが。桃田君、
犀原のアリバイだって赤松が証言しただろう。
犀原と赤松はずっと一緒だったわけじゃない。
道場さん、
受信機が鳴ったのは2人が一緒にいた時よ。
犀原が受信機を持っていたなら偽装の可能性もあるがな。
キーボ君、
実際に受信機を持っていたのは赤松さんです。
だからそれは赤松ちゃんの
私が嘘かどうかはもっと話し合ってみればわかるよ。
Okay. Oh, okay, I gotta push the... So I was doing it right. Oh, wait. I gotta mash these buttons together. Okay, so I was doing it right. Thank goodness. I was thinking something was wrong.
みんな、お願いだから信じてよ。犀原君は犯人じゃないんだって。
Yeah, the explanation always makes it sound a lot harder than it actually is. But, yeah, thank goodness that was a lot easier than I thought it would be.
だから、ここで犀原君を犯人にしたら、私たちは不正解になっちゃうんだよ。そうしたら、みんなは処刑されちゃう。
Oh well, right now Shuichi needs to talk.
絶対にさせない。私の命に変えても絶対にさせないから。
赤松さん。
ああ、赤松の言う通りだ。俺も犀原は犯人じゃねえと思うぜ。
ゴンタも犀原君を信じるよ。紳士なら仲間を最後まで信じるべきだからね。
だったらよ、犯人はドイツなんだ。
それを突き止めるための議論ももう出尽くしたように感じるけど。
That's what I'm thinking too. Is there something else that hasn't... Well, obviously there is something else that we haven't talked about.
もう一度みんなで考えてみようよ。
And there's something else that we have not discussed.
そうだよね、犀原君。だって犀原君って犯人でもないのに、さっきからずっと黙り込んでるよね。それって何かに気づいたからじゃないの。それで無口になってるんじゃないの。真実を暴くのが怖くてさ。
No, if that's not true, you gotta say something now.
やっぱりそうなんだね。でもさ、犀原君、君は答えるべきだよ。君はどんな真実に気づいたの？怖がらないで言ってよ。君や私だけじゃなくて。
Yeah, you absolutely can't be afraid in this situation. You gotta speak up.
お願いだから真実に立ち向かってよ。
Wait, but now why am I afraid of what the truth's gonna be?
写真だよ。
Which picture?
写真？
隠し扉を狙ったカメラで撮った天海君が殺される直前の写真だよ。
Aimed at the hidden door just before the murder.
僕はずっと不思議に思っていたんだ。この時の天海君の行動をさ。
Alright, well then, I'm gonna look at this picture again. There's a shadow. Is that shadow it? That shadow doesn't look like his. Now the shadow that's behind him. Oh, you know what? No, that shadow is his. Because that's his leg at the bottom there. So I don't think that that's... But he's saying that this is what's worrying him. But why was he flustered by the camera? If he's the one that got killed, but why was he flustered by the camera? The way Natsudo was acting.
不思議って
この写真を見る限りだと天海君はカメラを取り外そうとしているみたいだけど、でもそれって彼は僕らが仕掛けたカメラに気づいたってことだよね。
Yes.
確かにそうですね。でもいつ気づいたんでしょうか。
多分このカメラで撮られた最初の写真の時だと思う。
Oh, I gotta put the
天海
fan
君が
on.
本棚を動かしたせいで撮影されたこの写真。
The picture was taken when Natsudo first moved the
彼はこの
bookcase.
時点で何らかの理由でカメラに気づいて、
Probably seeing that hidden door.
そしてカメラを取り外そうとしたんだ。その際に手を離した本棚が勝手に閉まっていって、
So the bookcase closed while he was trying to remove the camera. So then that means, why was Ganta's accusation debunked then? Because we tried to say the bookcase would have been in the way if he had tried to throw something. Like somebody threw it as the bookcase was closing.
それにセンサーが反応してこの写真が撮られたんじゃないかな。
彼がカメラに気づいた何らかの理由に何か秘密があるのね。
No, why did what made him notice the camera?
さっさと要点を言ってやれ。
ずっとその何らかの理由を考えていたんだ。どうして天海君はカメラの存在に気づいたのかって。
I want to think about this too. Well, how did he notice the camera? You know, we can say that all he did was simply look to his right and see it. But clearly that's not the direction the game wants you to go in. Well, what happened that caused him to see and notice the camera? Like, I'm really trying to think about this. I mean, did the cameras make a noise when it took this picture after opening the bookcase? We gotta find out, but I gotta use the bathroom, so we'll be back and we'll find out. And I know I'm pausing a lot, but it's because I'm really trying to think about everything before it's revealed to me. Alright. What made Rantaro notice the camera? We know that there was a sensor on that camera, but that was the second time they took his picture when he triggered the sensor. He triggered the sensor. But what actually made him notice it? The answer is something that's in this picture. The answer is something that is in that picture. There's something in this picture, either this one or this one. He's talking about this one. There's something in this picture that caused him to notice the camera. But I have absolutely no idea what that could even be. Like, I have no idea. Like, I know he's holding his, the pad. The handbook. But I don't know if that has anything to do with it. Is it the card reader on the hidden door? I see. Shuichi knows. The reason why Rantaro noticed the camera was because the camera flash. But I didn't think the flash would make him notice it. I thought that flash was just the camera taking his picture. But now that one of the answer choices was the camera flash, I was just like, well then... Oh, you know what? It's from when it took the first picture. But when it took that first picture of him, so that means there was a camera flash. And that's what made him notice that there was a camera there. I mean, look at the picture.
同じような状況で撮られた他の写真と見比べてみてよ。ほら、僕が仕掛けたカメラを取り外すときにうっかり写っちゃった写真があったでしょ。
There was no flash.
これは正面口付近に仕掛けたカメラを取り外すときに写っちゃった写真。
There was no flash on those cameras.
こっちのは
The front and rear cameras did not have a flash activation. Or did not have the flash activated. Only the hidden camera, the hidden door camera, had a flash on.
この天海君の写真。
おお、手前の人物の明るさが明らかに違うぞ。
同じ部屋で、同じ状況で、同じ使い捨てカメラなのに、ここまで明るさに差が出た理由は。
隠し扉を狙っていたカメラだけはフラッシュの電源が入れられていたからなんだ。
どうしてフラッシュの電源が入れられていたの？そんなことしたら隠しカメラの意味がないわよね。
ただのミスじゃないんだよね。
No mistake.
ちゃんとした目的があったはずだよ。つまりあのカメラには 隠しカメラとしての役割以外に別の役割があったんだよ。
別の役割。
I know this. There's only one reason the camera flash was used. Picture the mastermind to light up the room, to lure the mastermind closer, to blind them. To take a picture of the mastermind? No. To lure the mastermind closer? Okay, to lure the mastermind closer.
本棚を動かした人物をあのカメラがある位置までおびき寄せるためだよね。そのためにカメラのフラッシュを入れておいて、あえてカメラに気づかせたんだよ。そして実際にその通りになったよね。
They wanted whoever moved the bookcase to notice that
本
camera.
棚を動かした天海君はフラッシュに気づいて隠しカメラの位置までやってきた。
But none of this is proving who killed him.
その時扉の閉まる動きでもう一枚撮られたのは犯人にとっては予想外だったけどね。
The culprit didn't expect the camera to take another picture when the door closed.
おい、赤松。
So does that mean there's another picture?
何？
いや、おめえどうしたんだ。さっきからなんか変じゃねえか。
You said, Kaide, that the culprit didn't think that the camera would take another picture after the bookcase closed. So does that mean there is another picture on that hidden camera, on the hidden door camera that we have not seen? Because we only have the two pictures of Rantaro.
変って？
今の一連の君の発言には何やら確信めいたものを感じるよ。
もしかして犯人が分かったんじゃないですか？
Why are you making that face?
分かったよ。っていうか、本当はずっと前から
So, she or us, I'm saying she since she's the protagonist, but not me, she's saying this. She's known for a long time who the culprit actually was, which is why she's saying it's not Shuichi. She's known, maybe not the entire time, but she's known for a long time. We don't know if that means she's known since the very beginning of the trial, or what. But she says she knows, and she knows who the killer is now.
ずっと前から？
だってあのカメラのフラッシュを入れられたのは一人しかいないんだよ。
Only one person who was able to set the flash on the camera. There is only one person who could have set the flash on the camera. Why? The culprit is whoever set the flash on the camera. But why? Is that the culprit?
そうだよね、犀原君。だからね、この事件の犯人は。
So is she pointing in Shuichi's direction too now? So does that mean she believes Shuichi is the killer? It's not Shuichi. It's not Shuichi. My next guess was going to be Miyu. It's not her either. No, we're running out of time. Yeah, we're running out of time. Okay. I'm gonna take that health loss and, deal with it. Because I'm running out of time. Okay, hang on, because they of course got it wrong all the way until their health. Oh my goodness. This is when the next spoiler might be kicking in.
ここまでみたいだね。やっぱり私じゃ無理だったか。首謀者の正体にはたどり着けなかったね。ごめんね、みんな。ごめんね、天海くん。ごめんね、犀原くん。君がずっと黙ってたのはそれに気づいちゃったからなんだよね。でもそれじゃダメだよ。私はここで終わりかもしれないけど、せめて私の思いだけは君に託すよ、犀原くん。ここからは君がやるんだよ。君がみんなを守るんだよ。
赤松さん、君は僕に託そうとしているんだね。
And this is when the next spoiler that I talked about in the last stream is kicking in. And because, like I said in the last stream, I have already found out, thanks to being, it has already been spoiled for me, that Kaide is not going to be the protagonist for the entire game. Welcome in, Favor. Thank you for coming in. It was already spoiled for me that Kaide does not remain the protagonist for the whole game. I said that I didn't know when it was gonna kick in. But apparently, just like Rantaro's death, it's kicking in right now. For the first time in Danganronpa's franchise, the protagonist is the murderer. The protagonist is the killer. That is why Shuichi did not say a word. Because he also knew for a long time. And he did not want to say it.
やるよ。君が僕に託そうとしているもの、君の思いは無駄にはしないよ。
Alright, let's see what happens.
犯人は赤松さんだね。
赤松さんが犯人？
そんなわけないじゃないですか。ねえ、赤松さん。赤松さん？
And no answers.
まさか本当に？冗談だって。
What do you mean, just kidding?
え？もしかして本当に私が犯人だ
Alright,
と思
you
っちゃ
see,
っ
I
た？
was jumping the gun. Or is she lying again?
やだな、そんなわけないじゃん。だって天海くんが殺された時、私は犀原くんと一緒に教室で見張りをしてたんだよ。
Yeah, exactly. That's why I didn't think it was even a possibility. So why does Shuichi believe that you're the killer then?
図書室に行ってそこで初めて死体を発見したんだから。
Exactly. So
そもそも私は天海くんと会ってないんだって。彼を殺せるわけないでしょ。
well, I was gonna say, I'm glad you specified you never had a chance to kill him because you did meet up with him. You know what I think the problem is here? It's something that we mentioned at the very beginning. The Monokuma file said that the time of death was 9:10 p.m. That instantly confused me. Because what time did Monokuma say that the murder had to happen by? What time did he say that it had to happen by? Was it 10 p.m.? Like, I can't remember anymore. Like, I really do want to go back to one of my earlier VODs and just look at this. I'll remember where I left off at, for me. Well, when does he say that it has to happen by? Not that I'll be able to remember which part of the stream he says it. Oh, it's way past this part. Okay, just hang on a second, guys. I'm trying to find where it is. I don't think it's this scene. Okay. No, it's still not here yet. I didn't get to it yet. still trying to look for when he said it. I really do want to find this. Here it is. Midnight time. Yes, that's 10 p.m. Oops. Did not mean to close out of everything. Okay, it's still very early, but yes, the time limit was 10 p.m. Because that's when nighttime is. Why is this blinking? Anyway, so the time of death was 50 minutes before the time ran out. But as she's saying, this is why I never suspected her. She was in the classroom at the time of the death. They all went down together and saw Rantaro's body. So when did she ever have time to commit the murder? Hang on.
そうだよね。赤松さんが犯人なわけないよね。
もう当たり前じゃん。あんな重い砲丸で人を殴れる腕力が私にあると思う？私が叩けるのはピアノの鍵盤だけだよ。
だったらあんたが犯人っていうのは。
ああ、犀原君の冗談でしょ。場の空気を和ませよう
You
として
wanted
くれた
to
んだよ。
lighten up the mood? What?
そうだよね、犀原君。私があの砲丸で天海君を殺すなんてどう考えても無理だもんね。
And thank you for the follow, by the way. Oops. Look at it, I couldn't have killed Antero with that shot. I understand, Kaide. You want me to reveal the truth, don't you? I think everyone is afraid of learning the truth. But the people who are willing to find the truth are the ones who can decide their fate. You see, I knew something was suspicious about this entire monologue. If you never know the lies from the truth, then you can't choose a path. You won't even know you're on a path. So fight for the truth, even if it is frightening. I know you can do this. If you're scared, borrow the strength of others who will be there to help you. Think of everyone you're helping, and let that be your strength.
いや、冗談なんかじゃないよ。天海君を殺したのは間違いなく赤松
He's
さんだ。
not joking.
なんだと？
そこまで言い切るということは、どうやら犀原君は本気のようだね。
ああ、もちろんだ。
Then let's get into it. How did the protagonist commit the crime?
だったら教えてくれる？私があの砲丸で天海君を殺した方法をさ。
赤松と犀原はずっと一緒にいたんだろ？そんなことができんのかよ。
Wait. No, that's not possible. Never mind. I'm still trying to think about the vent, but that's not possible. I was still trying to think about, is it possible that she herself snuck through the vents and threw it at him? We'll see.
赤松さんがどうやってあの砲丸を使って天
We'll
海
see
君を
if he
殺
says
した
it.
のか。
And did she sneak through the vents? Or what?
それはどこで砲丸を使ったのかを考えれば見えてくるはずだよ。
どこで砲丸を使ったか。
なになに、さっぱり わかんないよ。
Kaede wants me to reveal the truth. She trusts me with her wish. So I can't back down. Yeah, this is where the protagonist is now shifting. So I need to fulfill her wish. I need to fight for the truth. So we are now playing as Shuichi. Promotional video.
天海君が殺された時、私は犀原君と教室で見張りをしてたよね。
天海君と会ってもいない赤松さんがどうやって彼を殺せるの？
犯人が砲丸を使った場所が重要みたいだけど、図書室に決まってるよね。
天海が殺されたのは図書室だからな。
他の可能性などありえんだろ。
だとしたら私に犯行は不可能だよ。
Kaede wants me to reveal the truth. She trusts me with her wish. I won't let her down. I'll find the answer.
私にはアリバイがあるよ。天海君が殺された時、私は犀原君と教室で見張りをしてたよね。
天海君と会ってもいない赤松さんがどうやって彼を殺せるの？
I feel like that's yeah, those aren't the wrong statements. I think it's what you just said the first time. Let me just try it.
私にはアリバイがあるよ。天海君が殺された時、私は犀原君と教室で見張りをしてたよね。
No, it's not that one. Okay, no, yeah, my health is way too low, man. Like, my health is way too low. Okay. Let me just see this. Promotional video BGM is definitely an interesting choice of a truth bullet. Is that necessarily a... Is that going to turn out to be a very important clue? This person is struggling a lot. Okay. Oops. Oh, I have it right.
天海君と会ってもいない赤松さんが彼を殺す。
砲丸を使った場所が重要みたいだけど、図書室に決まってるよね。
And we know that it was in the library, so that's the part that's wrong. Oh my goodness, guys!
赤松さんが砲丸を使ったのは現場の図書室じゃなくて。
So we're back to the theory that the shot put ball was not used directly in the library. At first, Kirumi tried to say that Ganta threw it from across the AV room into the library. And now Kaede is saying that the shot put ball was not thrown from within the library either. If Kaede was standing guard in the classroom, the lookout classroom was the correct truth bullet. So does that mean that I am right? Did she sneak through the vents and throw it from the vents? But how did she reach him without messing with the books?
らが見張りをしていた1階の教室なんだ。
待てよ。1階の教室でどう砲丸を使ったら地下にいる天海を殺せるってんだ。
And don't say that she rolled it down the vent, because then how would it hit him? It's to the side of him. Nope, that's exactly what he's saying. She rolled it down.
赤松さんは1階の教室から砲丸を投げることで地下にいる天海君を殺したんだ。
1階の教室から砲丸を投げて地下にいる天海君に当てるって。
そんなんが急じゃ無理に決まっておる。
それが可能なんだよ。教室のある場所に向かって投げれば砲丸を図書室に移動させることができるんだ。
それも犀原君にはもう分かっちゃってるみたいだね。
I didn't want to figure it out. I didn't want to know. But I can't turn away from the truth. The place she rolled the shot put ball to move it from the classroom to the library. I know this. The vents. When you need the deduce a keyword, you will be thrown into Hangman's Gambit, version 3. The objective is to select the letter orbs in the right order to create the keyword. Yes, we are familiar with this, but it might be different for... It's going to be different, I'm sure, for this game than it was for the other two. And press X to activate the flashpoint to read the eliminated letter orbs. But while the letters are eliminated, you will not be able to actually select the letter orb. To make sure you remember where they are and press... So make sure you remember where they are and press triangle to get the letter orb. But remember, you have to select them in the correct order. Deduce the keywords from the letter orbs that you can see in the flashpoint and the flashspot. The flashspot uses focus energy, so use it wisely. Waves of light will also occasionally cross the screen, so you can read the letter orbs then. So take advantage of that as well. Oh, Jesus. Vent. Yup. I think this was an E right here. This is an N. And this is a T. V-E-N-T. So, I was right. She used the classroom vent. Rolled it all the way down the vent into the library.
砲丸は図書室まで移動するよね。
そっか。あの通気ダクトって教室と図書室でつな
So
がってたんだ。
nobody snuck through the vent, but she snuck the shot put through the vent.
だから一回教室の通気口に投げられた砲丸はそこから通気ダクトを通って
Because that's the vent up there. Her antidote was to the left of it, or to the right of it, basically. Like, from where the shot put comes out at, Rantada would be on the right. From how we're looking at it, it's on the left. Exactly. The vent was way too far away. So how did it manage to get there?
どんな偶然だよ。
地味に謎だね。
No, I already know the answer to that as well. It was no coincidence. The culprit set it up that way intentionally. If I'm remembering correctly, there was something off about her then. Damn it. How could I not realize it? It's too late to regret the past. I said I wouldn't back down. I made a promise. Stacked books, library vent refills the long
通気口から出てきた砲丸をどうやって天海君の頭に命中させたの？
そんなの不可能ですよ。
勝手に本棚の上を転がって天海の頭に落ちたわけもねえしな。
床に転がった砲丸に足を滑らせて天海ちゃんが頭を本棚にぶつけたとか。
転倒事故には気をつけよう。
逆に死体が移動したんじゃねえか。天海は通気口の下で砲丸で頭を打った後、瀕死の状態で歩いた後に死んだんだ。
ねえ犀原君、真実を見失わないでね。
I think what Miyu said might be right. Oh, what if his body was moved? No, that's not right. There were bloodstains on the bookshelf in front of him. So no, that's not right. His body was not moved. Let's just find out what it is. It's what Ryoma said.
不可能ですよ。
勝手に本棚の上を転がって。
Yo, come on. Alright, that's wasted a ton of time now.
勝手に本棚の上を転がって。
Thank you.
それに賛成だ。
I'm gonna make sure I hit that focus button.
星君の言う通りだよ。
It's exactly what Ryoma just said.
砲丸は本棚の上を転がって天海君の頭上に落ちたんだ。
It rolled across the stacked books.
本棚の上を転がった？
ああ、自分で言ったことだけどよ。そんなに都合よく砲丸が転がるのか。
いや、都合よく転がったわけじゃなくて。
I was gonna say, how would the culprit know that that's exactly where they were gonna be at?
犯人は本棚の上にあった本を利用して砲丸が転がる方向を調整していたんだよ。
本で砲丸の転がる方向を調整したってどうすればそんなことができ
That's
るの？
why Kaide, and that's the moment that he's talking about where she was acting strange. When it took her forever to stack the books up there. She was plotting it the entire time. She was plotting to kill whoever got caught standing in that library.
それを説明するには図書室の見取り図的なものがあると早いんだけど。
That's right. Someone did have a floor plan. In fact, that might be concrete proof of my theory. I remember one of them having a detailed floor plan. Key to me. Do you have a floor plan of the incident? It's not her.
そうだ。
Okay, it was Miyu.
入間さん、君は捜査中に言ってたよね。あの自作のドローンを使って実写の正確な見取り図を作るってさ。
おお、あれってどうなったんですか？
Yeah, I completely forgot about the drone.
写真を現像してもらって見取り図も作成済みだっつーの。
だったらみんなで見てみようよ。それが手がかりになるかもしれないんでしょ。
頼むよ、入間さん。
Yeah, we need to see that.
なんだよ、あれが欲しいのか？しょうがねえな。後でまた俺様に土下座しろよ。
Alright, whatever. Just show it to us.
舐めるように見てみろ。
Oh my goodness, look at that. They're stacked in a ramp formation. Those books are stacked in a ramp formation. That's why it took Kaede forever to get those books up there. But she was planning it the entire time. Like I said, she planned to have whoever got caught in that library triggering the sensors to get killed. She took the shot put from the warehouse and used that as the weapon.
Yappari, 思った通りだよ。
思った通りって何がだ？
Now look at the way the books are stacked.
ほら、天海くんの死体があったところから通気口のところまで
Stacked like stairs, exactly. And she even stacked books behind it so that the shot put couldn't fall. The books behind it would hold it in place.
本当だ。
The shot put splattered his head, got the blood right against that bookcase that he's in front of, or yeah, still laying in front of. You wouldn't be able to see it from the floor.
なるなる。砲丸はここを転がったんだね。
間違いないよ。一回教室の通気口に投げ込まれた砲丸は通気ダクトを通って図書室の通気口から出てきたんだ。そこに通気口の蓋を斜めに立てかけておけば砲丸の勢いを殺すことなく本棚の上を転がすことができるけど。
But how would Rantanto not notice that, like, you can't hear something as heavy as a shot put ball?
赤松さんがやったんだよね。あの時、通気口の蓋の奥に
Exactly, and she made sure that that vent gate was open. These are things that I really got to pay attention to, man. And pushed the grate into the duct. And then I lifted my body and looked inside. How's it? Can a person fit in there? It would be pretty difficult, but you might be able to crawl through. Well, she didn't crawl through. She rolled something through.
記憶力がいいんだね。さすがは探偵だよ。
そして本棚の上に出てきた砲丸はストッパーとなる本の山に当たって進行方向を変え。階段状になった本の上を段差を降りるように進んでいったんだ。
This is the first in Danganronpa franchise history.
3列に並べられているけど、手前側の本は砲丸が落ちないための壁であり。
Exactly, like I said, they were stacked up in rows so that the shot put couldn't fall. Oh, crap. She stacked the books so that the shot put couldn't be seen. But that's not what I was asking. I said, how could he not hear it? Even if she had stacked the books in a way where the shot put would be hidden, how could you not hear it? Something as heavy as a shot put ball rolling along books. Somebody would not just be able to not hear it. The camera flash lured him into the exact spot. She hid the camera on his death spot. She hid that camera in the spot where he died at. The flash of the camera lured him to that spot, and that's where the ball dropped at.
次々とからくりが連鎖していく仕掛け装置なんてまるでルーブ・ゴールドバーグマシンだね。
この仕掛けは赤松さんが作ったの？
まあそういうことに。
いや待てよ、そんな仕掛けがあったとしてもいつ赤松が砲丸を通気口に投げたってんだ。
そうですよ、赤松さんが1階の教室にいた時は犀原さんも一緒だったんですよ
And
ね。
not the whole time. We already established that he had left at one point. Oh, when did Kaide roll the shot put ball? It was after you left. It had to have been at just the right time to kill Nantaro. Oh, when he left. It isn't that long. It had to have been when Nantaro was close. So it's not when he left. It was when she was leaving the classroom.
僕らが教室を飛び出した瞬間だよ。受信機が鳴った時、僕は先に教室を飛び出したんだ。もちろん、きっと彼女はその時に。
Shuichi, the receiver. Someone moved the bookcase. Hurry, Kaide. Shuichi sprinted out of the classroom with the determination of a true ultimate detective. Oh, wait for me! I dropped everything I was holding and ran up to Shuichi. Oh no, she dropped everything she was holding, alright. Including that shot put ball. I gotta fix the audio. Yeah, she dropped everything, alright. Including that shot put ball through the vent.
あの時のこともちゃんと覚えてたんだ。さすがは超高校級の探偵だね。
I'm gonna plug my phone in.
今の言葉とその微笑みの意味。それはすべての犯行を認めるってことでいい
You can tell that it is. Like she's not lying about any of this. Like she's not denying any of it.
ちょっと待て、勝手に話を詰めるんじゃねえよ。まだ他にも疑問はあるぞ。
Oh, a lot of questions, really?
変なの。どうして桃田ちゃんが必死になって反論するの？
そんなもん当たり前だろ。あんなに殺し合いを否定していた赤松が犯人なんて信じられるわけねえじゃねえか。
That's the thing you gotta learn about this. Everybody here has the potential to be a killer. Every single person involved in a killing game in this franchise, no matter what you think of them, they all have the potential.
そうだよ。ゴンダム信じないよ。
No, I didn't think that we would see something like this in a Danganronpa game, and yet here we are.
赤松、おめえは何も言うな。おめえの疑惑は俺が晴らしてやるからよ。
And how are you gonna do that?
赤松が犯人なんて信じられっかよ。まだ疑問だって残ってるしな。
疑問とは何じゃ。
そいつは音だ。図書室は静かなはずだ。砲丸が通気ダクトの中を転がってったらかなりの音が響いちまうじゃねえか。
Well, made a ton of noise.
そんな音が聞こえたら天海君に警戒されちゃうよ。
No, the promotional video BGM. That's it. I already know which one to shoot. I knew the promotional video BGM was gonna pop up. This started playing the moment it was an hour until the deadline. I'm glad it's already on as soon as it went up here. Monica played to encourage everyone to start the killing game was on full volume until the murder occurred. It was on full volume. That means that is why nobody heard it. That's why my theory of how did Nantaro not hear it is now debunked. This is why he couldn't hear it. Because the music was too loud.
赤松が犯人なんて知ってるしな。静かなはずだ。通気ダクトの中ってったらかなりの音が響いて。
Oh, come on. Like, how is that not the answer? I can never get these right on my own. Like, I'm down to one heart. Well, it's still pretty much the same thing. It's the same thing, it's just it was the one before that.
疑問だって残って。
疑問とは何？
そいつは音だ。図書室は静か。
Yeah, the fact that the library should have been quiet is what was wrong. It's still pretty much the same thing as the other thing he said.
学園中で殺し合いを促すビデオが流されていたよね。だから事件発生当時、図書室の中は静かじゃなかったはずなんだ。
ああ、あの不愉快な音楽で砲丸の転がる音はかき消されちゃったんだね。
Like, she picked the perfect possible time to do it.
桃田ちゃん、これで納得してくれた？
さあ、じゃあマジだってのかよ。マジで赤松が犯人だってのかよ。
だとすると赤松さんの犯行のほとんどは一緒にいた犀原くんの目の前で行われていたんだね。
うん、その通りだよ。教室で砲丸を投げた時もそうだし、通気口の蓋を外して砲丸が出てくるようにした時もそう。そして砲丸が本棚の上を転がるように本を並べ直した時もだ。
He was there with her the entire time she was doing all this. There's way more books here than I expected. The top of the bookcase is covered in end to end with cluttered stacks of books. This is nothing. As I moved the ladder, I reorganized the books bit by bit. Jeez, there are too many books. It might be too hard to set up a camera here. I thought so. Wait, I just gotta try a little harder. Kaide, I know you don't like to admit defeat, but really, it's alright. I continued moving the ladder as I kept reorganizing the books. And that's why she was so stubborn about getting the books organized in perfect condition.
それに最初に倉庫から凶器の砲丸を持ち出した時もそうだよね。あれって入間さんに渡すカメラを取りに行った時に持ち出したんだよね。
Kinda, is something wrong? We need to go before Miu changes her mind. Shuichi was already at the door of the warehouse waiting for me. Oh, sorry. I shoved the things I was holding into my backpack and ran after him. Well, one of the things she had was the shot put ball.
ずっと隠し持ってたんですか？隠し持つってどこに？
Where did Kaide keep it? It could only be one place. She just said where it was.
そうだ。
She shoved everything into her
赤松さんの
bag.
リュックだよ。彼女はその中に凶器を入れて持ち運んでいたんだ。いくら重い砲丸とはいえ、背負って運べないことはないからね。君はリュックに替えのベストを入れていたけど、砲丸はそれにくるんでいたんじゃないの？そうすれば一緒に入れたカメラを砲丸が傷つけることもないしね。
じゃあ本当に何もかもが犀原の目の前で行われてた
Every last part of her plot was done, almost every last part of the plot was done right in front of Shuichi's face.
でも犀原君を責めることはできないわ。彼女のどの行動も直接殺人に結びつくわけじゃないから、それを目撃していても気づくのは難しいもの。
けどよ、今のではっきりしちまったみてえだな。赤松が企んだ犯行の全てがよ。
違うよね。何かの間違いだよね。
I'm gonna get some more water. I'm just still stuck on the fact that this is the first in any Danganronpa game. You did not see a scenario like this in the first or second game. This is the first time where the protagonist is one of the murderers. So that is why Kaede does not remain the protagonist for the whole game. Thankfully, I was not spoiled on why Kaede is not the protagonist for the whole game. But when I was spoiled for it, I was like, well then that means that she dies at some point. That was the most likely scenario. But again, I wasn't sure when, I wasn't sure how. But now we know. For the first time in a Danganronpa game, the protagonist commits a murder. And she is not denying a thing. And all the talks of wanting to find the mastermind.
それが真実だとしたら、こんなに悲しくて残念なことはないよ。
I mean, it actually, it was true. She wanted to find the mastermind.
だって、
But
あの赤松ちゃんだよ。
not just find. She wanted to kill them.
みんなでここから出ようって言ってた人が、自分が助かりたいだけで人を殺すなんて。
違う、そうじゃない。
Something still doesn't fit.
違うって何が？
赤松さんはそんなことをする人じゃない。
Now you say she wouldn't do something like that? Or talking about please talking about killing in cold blood.
そんなことをする人じゃないって。でも赤松さんが犯人って言ったのはあなただよね。
そうだけど違うんだ。本当は赤松さんはそんなことをする人じゃない。僕はそれを信じている。赤松さんを信じているんだ。
信じるってなんで？犀原くん、まだ私のことを信じてるの？なんで？なんでまだ私を信じるの？まだ真実から目を背けるつもりなの？
違うよ。僕は君を信じてるからこそ。だからこそ真実を暴くんだ。君が本当にやろうとしていたことを暴くんだ。
So there's still something else behind all this now?
そこに君の真実があるはずなんだ。
I know this is getting crazy, right? But it's time for another tutorial. Your opponent's on the ropes, but they're in armament mode and won't listen to you. So is this the final thing about okay, you have to remove their armaments to refute what they're saying. This is the last part of the trial. That's how argument armament works. It's kind of hard to say argument armament. The objective is to destroy all your foe's armaments, then strike the finishing blow. You match the rhythm to shoot down your opponents. Yep, here we go, the rhythm game. The statements to damage the armament. The markers on top of your opponent's statements are called rhythm sights. Right when the gauge makes one revolution, press the correct button to shoot the statement. I wish they didn't show parts of the actual trial in these tutorial pictures, because it's kind of spoiling. When damaged enough, their armament will break and the music will change. The tempo will also pick up, so match the timing. You remember this from the other two games. Can't get on rhythm? Try pressing R1 to activate Fever Time. During Fever Time, you'll be invincible, and you can press any button. Only activate it when your focus energy is full, so watch it carefully. When your opponent's armament is destroyed, you can give your final argument. Your argument will be displayed with 4 words assigned to X, triangle, square, and circle, just like the second game. Press the buttons in the correct order to land the finishing blow. Use split-second logic to refute your opponent's final argument. As always, it's a pleasure. Alright, here we go.
まだ私を信じてるの。犯人は間違いなく私なんだよ。こんなことをする人じゃないって。全部私が悪いんだよ。
Okay, there we go.
まだ私を信じてるの。
Come on, how did those all miss? Okay, this is completely different from the other two games now. From how it's being executed. It's kind of easier though. Wait, so
それがこの事件の真実なの。お願いだからもうやめてよ。あの時言ったよね。
Okay, no. So which button are you supposed to press when that pops up? Okay, there we go. All of them. Okay, just got it. Final blow. The mastermind. No, that's not it. You kill the mastermind. Kill the mastermind. The objective was to kill the mastermind. That, like I was saying. She didn't want to find them, she wanted to kill them.
自分が助かりたいから人を殺したわけじゃない。君がやろうとしていたのは、この殺し合いの首謀者を殺すことだったんだ。
首謀者を殺す？
赤松さんは天海君を狙っていたわけじゃなくて。
Yeah, exactly. Of course she. That's why when she saw it onto those, the way she reacted when she saw it onto those dead body. Was because she didn't know who was gonna end up killed by that shot put ball.
そうなんでしょ。
そっか、あのままタイムリミットを迎えていたらみんな死んじゃうから。
だから首謀者を殺してこの殺し合いを終わらせようとしてたってことか。
She was under the impression that the mastermind was going to be lured into that library and lured to that exact spot where she wanted them to be lured to, and she was under the impression that the mastermind was going to be the one that got killed by that shot put ball But it wasn't Antido. And that's not who she wanted.
そうだとしたら僕のせいだ。赤松さんは僕の推理を信じて、あそこに首謀者が来るって信じたからこそ、首謀者を殺すための罠を仕掛けたんだ。だから何もかも僕のせいだ。僕の推理のせいなんだ。
やめてよ。そんな風に言わないで。お願いだから自分のせいだなんて言わないでよ。そっちの方が辛いよ。犀原君のせいじゃないよ。全部私が勝手にやったことなんだよ。だから私のせいなんだよ。
赤松さん。
犀原君、最後に一つだけお願いしてもいいかな。せめて君が終わらせてくれない？最後に君の推理でこの事件の全てを明らかにしてみんなに納得、それで終わりにしてほしいな。
Sorry, keep doing it.
それが
Alright, so we're ready to hit the closing argument.
最後のお願いだよ。
Because, like I said, she's not denying any of it. She was under the impression that the mastermind was responsible for everything and they would be lured into that library.
僕が終わらせるよ。
So she set that death trap.
最後に全てを明らかにするよ。
Alright, so how's the closing argument going to be done this time? I want to help. I want to help you grant Kaede's wish. I'll now explain the closing argument, the final piece of detective work to end this trial. In the closing argument, you will wrap up the case. You'll have to reproduce the order of events in the case in the form of a comic book. Just like the other two games, but this recreation is just Shuichi's deduction, so there are gaps here and there. Gaps are areas where a number of pieces are missing. After selecting the panels with the arrow keys, press L to move the cursor over the gaps. Then fit the panel in the empty space with triangle. Only the correct panel will fit. Compare the empty space hints with the stock panel hints to complete the comic. Oh, the way it's set up is a little different now, but there'll be some panels that you cannot select at first, filling in some gaps correctly won't let the other panels, so they are doing it like the second game still, where they give you a set of pictures. They don't give them all to you at once. Press L1 and R1 to swap pages. Alright, here we go. Oh, they changed the music, okay. Now, who wanted to fight against Monokuma after hearing the additional motive? Oh, no. In the wooden box. Okay, so we're not there yet then. We only have 6 minutes. Who was asked to modify the cameras? Don't think we're there yet either. What was the murder weapon found in the warehouse? So it's still not that one. Oh no, it is. It is. Okay, because I'm on 1 heart left, so I can't get any more wrong. What did the culprit do with the library vent? Prop the gate vent. That's correct. Now, what books did the culprit set up last? Oops. What books did the culprit set up last? I don't know if it's that one. What did the culprit do with the modified camera? We know that that's that one. What happened in the classroom 1 hour before the time limit? The music went off. Wait, it's not that one? Happened in the classroom 1 hour before the time limit went off. But how is that not the right one? Books the culprit set up last. Look, but I could have sworn that that was the answer. Wait. Okay, yeah, that's who was asked to modify the cameras. Okay, so we got her. Who wanted to fight against? Okay, yeah, no, we're running out of time. Like, I could have sworn that that was the answer. Oh, wait, okay, so it was who wanted to fight back against... So that was the correct answer for them. What books did the culprit set up last? So was it not this then? It is this. I could have sworn that that was the answer there. What happened in the classroom 1 hour before the time limit? Like, it's not this? Oh, okay, it's the security sensor that goes off. That's what happened. Where was the shot put ball rolled? Down the classroom vent. Hello? Whose picture was taken with the camera that flashed? Why wasn't the sound of the shot rolling audible? That's when this comes in. After receiver went off, what did Shuichi see in the library? that the bookcase went back to its original position. Okay, that's it. Alright, that's it.
事件の発端は2日前。
Alright.
モノクマが追加の動機を発表した時だ。ここで追加された殺し合いのタイムリミットが結果的に犯行の引き金となってしまったんだ。それを聞いて団結してモノクマと戦おうとする人たちもいれば、それぞれの考えで独自に動く人たちもいた。僕も首謀者を見つける作戦を思いついて、ある人に協力してもらうことになったんだけど、まさかその人が犯人になってしまうなんて、その時の僕は考えもしなかったんだ。僕と犯人は首謀者の正体をつかむために図書室に隠しカメラを仕掛けることにした。図書室には隠された扉があって、そこを何者かが出入りしている形跡があったから。
The plan started ever since the new motive was given.
タイムリミットになればモノクマを出動させるために首謀者がここを訪れるはずだと考えたんだ。そして翌日、僕らは罠に使うカメラをイルマさんに改造してもらうため、必要な材料を揃えに倉庫へと向かったんだ。僕らが必要だったのは使い捨てカメラと防犯センサーだ。それさえ手に。でもここで犯人は見つけてしまったんだ。殺人に利用できる。
Yeah, kind of dangerous to have that kind of equipment in the warehouse, just out in the open.
そう、砲丸の弾だよ。犯人はカメラをリュックに入れながら、同時に凶器の砲丸もしまっていたんだ。
How was she able to? How did he not notice what she was doing? Clearly hiding that behind her back.
そして事件当日、殺し合いのタイムリミットの日、イルマさんが改造してくれたカメラを受け取った後、僕と犯人は図書室を訪れた。そしてすぐに僕らはカメラを仕掛ける場所の検討を始めた。
Like you noticed that Kaide never once tried to accuse anybody else. Like I said, she never once tried to deny this at all.
準備はすでにこの時から始まっていたんだ。通気口の蓋を外して通気ダクトの中に立てかけておき、本棚の上にある大量の本を整理するふりをして移動させていった。
No, not pretending to organize them. She was organizing them. But she was organizing them in a specific way.
.そして最後の本棚では百科事典を開いたまま本棚の上に置いた。一見何気ない行動に見えていたけど、犯人はこの時凶器の通り道を作っていたんだ。さらに犯人は防犯ブザーと連動した改造カメラにも細工を行っていた。
I really just feel like the only reason I did not think to pick Kaide as the killer was simply because she was the protagonist. Oh, we literally watched her do all this stuff.
僕は気がつくことができなかったんだ。犯人がカメラをガムテープでがっちりと固定し、フラッシュ機能をオンにしていたことに。こうして図書室に罠を仕掛け終えた後、僕と犯人は1階にある階段横の教室に移動して、そこから地下に降りる人を見張りつつ、防犯ブザーが鳴るのを待ったんだ。見張りの途中で僕らは桃太くんをはじめとした7人が地下
I'm
に
sorry,
降り
was
てい
that
くのを
Tenko
見
being
かけ
buddy buddy with Kaito?
た。その
Doesn't
中
seem
に
more
は
accurate.
天海くん、今回の被害者の姿もあった。桃太くんたちがゲームルームに入っていくのを確認した後、僕が教室に戻った時だった。タイムリミットが残り1時間であることが告げられ、直後僕が持っていた防犯ブザーの受信機が鳴ったんだ。僕は首謀者が隠し扉に来たんだと思ってすぐに教室を飛び出して図書室へと向かった。その時の僕は焦っていた。一緒に行動していた犯人を置いていってしまうほどに。でも
Well, that didn't matter.
今
You
思い
didn't.
返
She
せば
didn't
そこが
drop
殺
the
人を
ball
食い止める最後
down
の
the
チャンスだった
vent
んだ。
until you were both leaving the classroom.
犯人は僕が教室を飛び出した後、隠し持っていた砲丸をリュックから取り出して、それを教室の通気口へと投げ入れた。この瞬間、犯人の殺人ギミックが動き
Wait, I
出
thought
して
they
しまっ
said
た
that she
んだ。
didn't roll it down until after we both were leaving.
防犯ブザーが鳴った時、図書室では天海くんが動く本棚を動かしていた。この時、犯人が図書室に残した仕掛けも同時に動き出していたんだ。まず防犯ブザーと連動した改造カメラがフラッシュを焚きながら天海くんの姿を映した。当然天海くんは隠されたカメラの存在に気がつき、そのカメラを調べようと本棚に近づいてしまった。そう、犯人はカメラのフラッシュによって天海くんを凶器の通り道の先に誘導したんだ。
If he had just simply stood still, he would have saw the
一方
ball
で
just
犯
hit
人の
the
手を
floor.
離れた砲丸は教室の通気口から通気ダクトの中を転がり、図書室の通気口から出てきて、今度は本棚の上を転がって移動していった。通気口の蓋も本棚の上に整理された本も全てこの凶器の通り道を作り上げるためだった。普段なら砲丸が転がる音に気づいたかもしれないけど、この時は特殊な状況が犯人の味方をしたんだ。
But it was that loud music.
殺し合い促進ビデオだよ。あのビデオの音で砲丸が転がる音はかき消されたんだ。
And then boom.
そして砲丸は凶器の通り道の先にいた天海くんの頭上へと落ち、彼の命を奪った。防犯ブザーを聞いて駆けつけた僕らが図書室に入った時、すでに殺人は終わっていたんだ。
I finished this a lot quicker than I thought I would.
天海君の死体を確認した時、犯人はこう考えていたはずだよ。首謀者は死んだ。これで殺し合いは終わる。これで。でも犯人の願いが叶うことはなかった。天海君は首謀者なんかじゃなかったんだ。僕らみんなを救うために行われた殺人、それがこの事件と犯人の真実。
This is why, like, I don't know who gave her the false interpretation that the mastermind would even go into the library.
超高校級のピアニスト、赤松楓さん。これがこの事件のすべてだよ。
そんな、本当に赤松さんが犯人なの？
そっか。確かに信じたくない真実だけど、それでも犀原君が全てを明らかにしてくれたおかげで、少なくとも今までの赤松さんを信じることはできるの。
今までの赤松さんを？
たとえ殺人を犯したとしても、今までの赤松さんの言動は嘘じゃなかった。
And like they just said, like even though yes, from the very beginning of the motive being given to us, she had planned to commit a murder, but it was because she believed that the target was the mastermind. She believed that she would be able to lure the mastermind into a trap and have them killed so that they can all go home. But it absolutely does not work that way. You're not gonna lure the mastermind into a trap. And not like that. So instead, somebody else fell for the trap. Somebody that you didn't want to fall for the trap whatsoever.
私たちを守りたいと言ってくれた彼女の言葉は嘘なんかじゃなかった。
それさえも嘘だったとしたら、この先何にも信じられなくなっちまうところだったな。
優しいんだね、みんな。私はみんなを裏切っちゃったって言うのにさ。
違う、裏切ったんじゃない。だって君は僕らを救おうとして。
犀原くん、やるじゃん。さすがだったね。さっきの君は本当に頼もしかったよ。でもまだまだだけどね。もっと早く俺のターンにしなくちゃダメじゃん。本気を出したら君はちょっとすごいんだからさ。
So he's not a cool guy now?
赤松さん、なんでだよ。なんでそんな風に笑うんだよ。なんでまだ僕を勇気づけようとしてくれるんだよ。なんでなんだよ。なんで周りのことばっかり考えるんだよ。そうじゃなかったら君はこんな殺人なんて犯さずに済んだのに。なんで君はそうなんだよ。
I understand what you're trying to say, but it just goes to show how much she cared about everybody else.
はい、ストップ。そういうのは裁判の決着がついた後にやってくれる？
We are at the
よう
end
や
of
く
the
議
trial.
論の結論が出たみたいだし、じゃあ投票タイムだね。
貴様らお手元のスイッチで投票してね。
ず誰かに投票してや。投票せんと無駄に一人減ってまうからな。
それでは白と黒の運命を分けるワクワクでドキドキの投票タイム。
I mean, well, yeah, that's who we're voting for.
投票が終わったようですね。それでは
I didn't think I had to press
投
something there.
票の結果、黒となるのは誰か。その答えは正解なのか不正解なのか。
Looks like it was a unanimous decision, of course. Does that mean I actually get all those coins? Because, I would need those. Oh, really? An A? Fantastic. I mean, I know I didn't completely die.
大正解です。
Well, at this point it goes without saying, but you all voted correctly. The blackened who killed Rantaro Amami is the ultimate pianist Kaede Akamatsu.
よかった。
あ
What? Good? What do you mean, good? Is this how you wanted to end?
そうじゃないよ。
Not really, but it could have turned out a lot worse. So this is fine too.
わかんないですよ。
It's not fine. This is super horrible. The worst ever. Yeah, how did it come to this?
お願いします。
Kaede, what would possess you to do something like this? Ganta no can accept this. Not unless you explain.
まったくだぜ。
Yeah. I won't be satisfied until I hear it straight from you.
あのさ、
Kaede, please. Okay. Please allow me a few more moments of your time then. It's just like Shuichi said. I was after the mastermind this entire time. I wanted to kill the mastermind and I thought doing that would end the killing game.
でも
But why did you try to kill them? Maybe they could have been captured.
えっと、
If it hadn't been for the time limit, I probably would have done that. But the time limit meant that capturing the mastermind was less likely to work. You know? I was worried about that happening.
だから
So you sought to kill the mastermind instead.
そうだよ。
I had made up my mind just before we set up the cameras in the library. I thought it was my last chance to save everyone. I couldn't let that chance pass me by. I had to save everyone no matter what. Even if you had to kill someone? That's right. I thought that killing the mastermind was our best shot at escaping this place together.
私は
I really believed it too.
でもさ、
Thank you for the follow. Oh, Kaede, it never dawned on you? As soon as that thought entered your head, Monokuma had you right where he wanted. Because what mattered most of Monokuma is that the killing game started.
分かってないね。
Regardless of your reasons, the moment you felt the urge to kill, you had already lost. You agreed to be part of this killing game when you allowed murder to fill your heart.
ちょっと。
Wait, to put it like that. But he's not wrong. She's the reason the killing game finally started.
いやいや、
But if Kaide hadn't done anything, we'd all be dead now.
そうだよ。
And Kaide saved everyone. We no can blame her.
分かってるよ。
I know, you don't need to remind me. That's why I'm so pissed off. Pissed off at myself for being so useless.
ね
Kokichi, that's enough. I can see through your act.
え。ち
Yeah, thank you. Whoops, that's obvious, huh?
そうだよ。
But Kokichi is right. I was being played. And I didn't even kill the mastermind. I killed one of our dear friends instead. What I did was so terrible. So unforgivable. I took an innocent life. I'm nothing but a horrible murderer. You should all hate, blame, and be disgusted by me.
ちょっと
Kaide, please, calm down. After we found Nantaro's body, when I realized he wasn't the mastermind, I thought about ending this by confessing to you what I had done. But I couldn't, because of Monokuma's first blood perk.
あんたは
You see, if you confessed there and then, you would have been able to leave. But you decided you couldn't leave this place by yourself, so you kept quiet. Because of the first blood perk, you were forced to hide the truth from us. Yeah, that's right.
なるほどね。
So the first blood perk worked against the Blackened rather than for them. Rather than for them, I should say. But at the same time, I thought, if I did this for everyone, then instead of making things easier by confessing, I thought I should lie to you all so it would motivate you to keep moving forward.
じゃあ
Is that the reason for the trial? To reveal the mastermind?
だって
I felt like if I didn't do this, then Nantaro's death would have been meaningless.
では
We were searching for both the culprit and the mastermind during the class trial.
そうだ。
Ah, Kaide did mention that. But that's why I want to end all of this terrible things happening to us. I'll defeat the mastermind and end this dumb killing game. I'll even use this class trial to do that.
私は
I never wanted to keep my crime a secret. I was gonna tell you all eventually, but before I did, I wanted to expose the mastermind first. But then the killing game would have ended and everyone but me would be saved. I thought that was the best way I could atone for killing Antaro.
ごめん
This is my fault. I was wrong. There was no mastermind. You were wrong, but didn't you say the mastermind was one of us? That's what I thought at first, but in the end, we have nothing. No one made any moves at the time limit. The trial was useless.
そうだな。
Even when Shuichi was about to be voted as the Blackened, still they did not appear.
まあね。
Yeesh, that seriously was a close one. If Kaide had just kept her mouth shut, we'd all be dead right now. No way, there has to be something else we can discuss. We just gotta think. Right, Shuichi?
でもさ
On the other hand, she's only in this mess because she decided to say something at that moment.
それは
I wanted to protect Kaide, but I also wanted to unmask the mastermind. But even when the killer was about to be condemned, they remained hidden.
ごめん
That has to mean that the mastermind is not among us after all. So Kaide had the wrong idea the whole time.
なるほどね。
All her actions were taken under Shuichi's flawed logic. That's why this is my fault. All this happened because my detective work was wrong. If I hadn't been so stupid. If I had never said anything about a mastermind to Kaide, Nantado wouldn't have died and Kaide wouldn't be a murderer. This is all my fault.
違う。
No, it's not.
え
Kaide,
だって
I killed him, not you.
ね
Right? Didn't I?
ですが
But Kaide, why did you set such a convoluted trap? If your intent was to kill the mastermind, there was no reason for you to cover your tracks.
たくよ
Isn't it obvious? It's because she didn't want Shuichi to know. Me?
Of course, but I didn't want everyone else to know either. Because I said I wanted to escape this place with everyone.
だって
But you guys wouldn't want to be friends with a girl who killed someone, would you? Be friends? And Kaede put a lot of thought into this. She put so much thought into this it drove her to commit murder like a lunatic. God, you're such a dumbass. I know, right? I'm such an idiot.
だが
We only survived the time limit because of that idiocy.
そうだよ
Yes, we're still alive thanks to you. Kaede, I didn't know how, but I wanted to get out of here with you. I wanted to be friends.
ごめん
I'm so sorry.
くそ
So you're saying everything you did was because you were thinking of us? And you hid that you killed him just to stay and help us? How did things...
Hi.
Alright, that's it. What?
なん
What
だ
do you
よ
mean? What do you mean that's it?
あ
Father, are you getting bored?
せやで
You know how Pops gets. You can't stand this kind of tearjerker schlock. I can't stop crying. I see nothing gets past my adorable little cubs. I don't even let appetizers get past me, especially if someone else brought them.
というわけで
But we can't let this boring display grind the action to a halt, so... Time to make things interesting. Make things interesting?
ワクワク
And now the moment you've all been waiting for. Punishment time. Punishment? You mean Kaide's execution?
ふざけんな
No friggin' way. There's no way we'll let you do that. Exorcist assemble!
お仕置きタイムは神聖なコーナーなんだから邪魔したらダメなんだよちゅうか邪魔しても無駄えぐいさるでいてまうで
残酷だけどみんなが死ぬよりは一人だけ死ぬ方がいいと思うわ
うるせえ
Now how about
俺は
nobody?
死んでもてめえらの言うことなんと聞かねえからな赤松は命がけで戦ったんだだったら俺も命がけで戦ってやろう
来るなら来いゴンダの力はこういう時のためにあるんだここで戦わないようなら紳士とは言えない
兵器にネオ合気道が通じるか試してみるいい機会かもしれません
No, have fun, because that might hurt.
僕だって
もうやめてやめてよ赤松さん私は
Okay, I think I'm reading this. Enough, you guys. I've already prepared myself. You're giving up?
どうして
But why? You said you'd never give up. That we'd get out of here together. That's what you said, Kaede. So why are you giving up now? Did you mean what you said? I know we can do something. Don't give up until the end. I'm not giving up. Because I have you. What?
あのね
Even after I'm gone, my wish will still be here. So I'm counting on you all. I'm entrusting my wish to every one of you.
私は信じて
I
るから
believe in you. I believe that you all will make it through this somehow.
絶対に
You
生きて
guys
ね
better live. Don't go dying on me now. Well, unfortunately, it's not how this game works. End this ridiculous killing game. Survive and get the hell out of this place.
約束だよ
And then, be friends after you escape, okay? I think you'll all be the best of friends.
ええ
Affirmative, Kaede.
依頼として受け取るわ
I'll do my utmost to fulfill your final request. I won't give up. I'll get out of here no matter what. Down to work hard and keep friends safe till very end.
じゃあね
Well, Kaede, you definitely weren't boring.
さてと
Now then, let's get started.
スペシャル
I
な
have
お
a
仕
special
置きを
punishment
用
prepared.
意させていただきました。くそ。
Wait a second. Kaede, please don't. Shuichi, you better not lose.
負けないでね。
You can't lose to this killing game. I know you can beat it.
お仕置きタイム。
私は信じてるから。
I believe in you guys. So please, believe in yourself,
約束だよ。
okay? It's a promise. I did not think it would be so early that we see the protagonist losing her life because of committing a murder. By the throat, a good grief. This is a bit excessive. It always is, but I mean, this is ridiculous. He's gonna play her a symphony again by the neck. Just hanging her by the neck and forcing her to play notes. That's ridiculous. No, wait a minute, huh? Maybe they thought it was too excessive too. Well, why would he jump in front of that? It doesn't matter, it still crushed her too. That was unnecessary, she was already dead. She was already dead. The moment it was over, I felt my legs give out under me. What I just saw, it didn't feel real. As if all reality had vanished. This guy's voice is even higher pitched in Japanese than Hajime's was in the second game. As if all reality had vanished, and the only thing left was a fictional world. Real or not, Kaede was gone. Kaede Akamatsu no longer existed in our world. Huh? What? Why is Maruki... Maru, what have you done? Oh wait, yeah, I thought I saw him. Did he push him? Ah, gross, she puked again! But this tension ain't so bad, you know? Finally feels like a proper killing game. If anything, we could stand to use a little more tension in our lives, right, Dad? No! My sweet darling Monokid claimed this collateral damage! This is a nightmare! This is unacceptable! My precious cub is... On second thought, I guess it's okay. After all, I still got 4 more cubs. Phew, I'm glad you kids came in bulk. Huh? It's okay? I'm shocked. Our existence means that little, huh?
Mom.
What's done is done. What's dead is dead. No point crying over crushed cubs. Unless you want to end up like these sad sats. What? What in the world is this?
マジかよ。
Are you effing kidding me? Talk about overkill! Yeah, exactly. Atua, please grant Kaede soul eternal repose. See, now that is a perfect time for a prayer. I can't believe this happened to Kaede. I liked her so much. Again, we see through you. All this adrenaline creates such an exquisite feeling of despair. It's moments like this that make all the killings worth it. Why are you doing such a terrible thing? You're the worst of the worst. Does human life have no value to you at all? No, it doesn't.
あのね
Hey, I know human life is precious. I'm not a monster, you know. Because if human life wasn't precious, ending it wouldn't be nearly as much fun. There's no greater joy than witnessing such a display of despair and entertainment. You've surpassed psychotic by a wide margin.
なんなんだ
I don't think I've ever felt quite this irritated. I won't forgive you for this. Got that? I won't ever forgive you. Spoken like a marked man.
あなた
Man, Jesus. What is your objective, Monokuma?
どういうつもり
Do you hate us? If so, have we done something to make you hate us?
はて
Hate you?
ぷ
Who can say?
あのね
That's your job to figure out. If you really want to know what's going on, you're gonna have to work for it.
まあ
Though the corpse formerly known as Nantado may have had a hunch. Huh?
何ですか
What do you mean? What was Nantado's hunch?
ぷ
What? Indeed.
それは
He did say he would end this game, and he also knew about the hidden door. Could that be all related to this hunch you claim he had? I wonder.
てめえ
Hey! What the hell is this hunch you're going on about? Spill it! I wonder.
だったら
That's a good song too, I wonder. If you have no intention of telling us, then keep your mouth shut.
だって
You're focusing on Kaida instead of her dead weight victim.
まあ
Well, it's not his fault. He was useless. He died before his talent could be revealed. If he had lived long enough to reveal it, maybe he would have been more useful.
残念
Oh well, he's dead and that's that. That's the indifference of death for you.
だが
He wasn't really the mastermind, was he? No.
いいだいい
Huh?
だ
You're still pestering me with these annoying questions?
っていうか
Aren't you
さ
guys focusing a little too much on whether or not there's a mastermind? If you keep this up, you're all gonna end up like Kaide.
Huh?
What?
ほら
Maybe spend less time worrying about nonsense and more time watching your back, okay?
ね
You never know who's gonna become the next killer.
あー
I
楽し
can't
み
wait.
楽しみ
I wonder what kind of killing game we'll get to see next. Damn it, you may have gotten us this time, but we'll get you next time, you'll see.
なでしょ
Why are you all psyched up?
いいね
It's nice to see that at least one of you has some chupa around here. I don't know how to pronounce that. I have a feeling you're gonna live for a while.
ありがとう
Thanks. I'll do my best. He's the last person I want to see live at this point. Like, I'm sorry. Yeah, this guy is an instigator.
ふざけんな
Shut the hell up. We're not gonna have another killing game. I, Kaito Momota, am not gonna let you have your way anymore. Got it? I'm gonna punch that grin right out of your face for sure.
あそう
Oh, really? It seems unlikely.
残念
Pretty sure you won't live long enough to do that.
くそ
ま
Anyway, you guys have a lot to think about.
あにょほほほ
Work hard and do your best to graduate, because the fun's only just begun.
ね
Hey, Monodon, explain yourself. I get that Monokin was obnoxious and rude, but that was way over the line. He bullied the crap out of Monodon. Doesn't permit murder, but... That... I did it for us. It just ends there, like he did it for us. Hey, wait, Monodon, he just leaves like that? Where are you going?
おもろなってきたや
He probably killed them as payback for all the bullying. What an interesting turn of events. And with that, Monokuma and the Cubs left, and only we remained in the courtroom. I don't think I could take all this. I can't stand this anymore. I feel like I'm going to go crazy.
いえ
Sumigi, He mustn't give up hope. Is there even hope to be had here? The room feels utterly drained of it. What kind of degenerate male cries in public? It's so rude. Anyway, but Teiko, you're crying too.
Oi.
Now's not the time to point that out, Kibo. Just let it be. In times like this, we should pray for Kaide's soul so she can rest in peace. How's anyone supposed to rest in peace after getting killed like that? What are we gonna do from now on? Yeah, I'd like to know too. I'm so over this already. Shut up! Shut up! You all just need to shut up! Kaito's voice boomed in the air and the room went silent. Every single one of you. And your meek little complaints. You're pissing me the hell off. But the one who's pissing me off the most is you, Shuichi. What?
食いしばれ
桃田君、それは殴る前に言うべきセリフですよ。
てめえは赤松の言葉を聞いてなかったのか。あいつはてめえを信じるっつったんだぞ。てめえに自分の思いを託すっつったんだぞ。それなのにてめえはなんだ。物熊に文句の一つも言わずに黙り込んでよ。それでもてめえは男かよ。
What's the matter? Say something already! I just hit you! Aren't you pissed off? What's your problem? Enough, Kaito. Sucker punching is pretty low, even for a low-life degenerate male like you. You better knock it off or I'm gonna explode my Neo Aikido all over your face. Fine. Shuichi, are you okay? I'm fine. Please stop. This sort of altercation is just a waste of time. Ganta not sure it's waste of time, but Ganta agree. Fighting not good. Can we leave now? Staying here will only make us more depressed. Well put. I agree wholeheartedly. I'm sorry, you all should go ahead without me. Why? Is there a reason you wish to stay in a place like this? I want to be alone for a while. Just for a little bit. But we can't just leave you here by yourself. Sumigi, perhaps it would be best if we allowed him some privacy for now. Okay, I suppose. Shuichi, don't beat yourself up, okay? Yeah, just hit the reset button on your feelings and you'll feel happy and cheerful in no time. Being a tad insensitive is important for survival. It helps one avoid suicidal thoughts. Ganta will go back too. Let Ganta know if you need his help, okay? One by one, everyone climbed aboard the elevator. Except...
I don't know.
Shuichi. I don't know how well you knew Kaide. But why don't you try going to her ultimate lab? What do you mean? Monokuma set the room up, so there's probably not a lot there to remember her by. But should at least be a bunch of little things she liked. Things Kaide liked? Understand? There's only one way to get through this awful feeling. No one's gonna be able to console you if you're just sitting here alone.
I don't know.
If anyone's gonna help you, it'll be her. And your memories. With those words, he stepped into the elevator. Before I realized it, I got to my feet. I just started walking, and I was headed toward the Ultimate Pianist Research Lab. It's not as if there would be any memories here, but these are the things she was really passionate about. And that's good enough for now. What a magnificent piano. I would have liked to hear her play it. If only just once.
Yeah, because that's another thing that completely sucks. We don't even get a chance to hear her play this piano. At all. Hang on. And I've noticed now that I've once again reached the 30 follower threshold. And I'll do my best to make sure it can continue to grow. So thank you all for following.
That reminds me. The song that Kaide was talking about. Of course. It must be here somewhere. I stood in front of the shelf of CDs and searched each one thoroughly end to end.
It's gonna be hard to do his voice for the entire game, but
it should be here somewhere. Where is it?
Oh.
Huh. Here it is. This is it. I took the CD from the shelf and placed it in the player in the corner. Soon, a soft melody had filled the classroom.
And this might be copyright, so I may have to mute. Or, well, Twitch would probably mute it. But still. Let me see when it starts. Oh yeah, that's copyright.
My body relaxed, totally enveloped in the music. It was a strange feeling, the sound seeping into my body.
I'll just let it play, but this is definitely copyright. It was this. Oh.
Before long, I began to close my eyes.
ここにピアノでもあれば君を励ます曲が弾けたんだけどね。ドビュッシーの月の光とかああいう綺麗な曲がぴったりだと思うんだ。水面に浮かんだ月みたいに心が穏やかになれる。
So is this Claire de Lune that's playing? I recognize the song.
あ、わかっちゃった。実は私も震えてるんだよね。でも犀原くんがいなかったらもっと震えてたと思う。震えて何もできなかったと思う。私は犀原くんがいてくれてよかったよ。
Yeah, again, it really sucks because of the kind of relationship that these two had. And you know, like, again, I was really shipping these two.
君がいてくれたからこうして立ち向かえてるんだもん。犀原くんがいなかったら首謀者を追い詰めようって勇気も出てこなかったよ。だからもっと自分に胸を張ってよ。私は君を信じてるからさ。君も自分を信じてあげてよ。うん。やってみるよ。できるかわからないけど。いや、やるよ。僕を信じる。もう目をそらさない。僕はみんなのために真実に立ち向かう。みんなと一緒に出たいって言った君の思いを僕は絶対に諦めない。約束するよ。君と僕の約束だよ。
Yeah, I was just thinking, just imagine that she's playing this song.
あとは任せたからね、犀原くん。さようなら。
My class trial, our class trial. That's the end of chapter 1. And we are down 2 members. I'll still put it on this one, but then the next save file. Yeah, chapter 1 end. Yep, there we go. Who was this talking?
俺にはとてもそうは思えないよ。大きな声では言えないが、きっとあの連中に殺されたんだろうな。やっぱりそうなのか。
そんなのもうどっちだっていいわよ。何でもいいから生きていてほしかったわ。私たちの分まで。
ああ、まったくだ。
Alright, well, I'm sure soon we'll figure out who these are talking.
いや、生きるべきだったんだ。生きなくちゃいけなかったんだ。この世界のためにも。
A thin line divides heaven and hell. Name of chapter 2. Alright, so starting off with where you're hiding. We will end it there, because we have successfully finished the class trial and the chapter. I was about to say, how many monocones do I have? 176 now. Okay. Yes, we will end it here now. I like how the colors changed a while ago. So that'll do it for chapter 1 of this game. And again, it's the first time in any Danganronpa game where the protagonist commits a murder. So now the protagonist will switch to Shuichi, and we will carry on the rest of the game through him. And it really does suck that Kaede had to go so soon, because we never got to see her play that piano. It sucks that Kaede and Nantaro went so soon, because we never got to learn what Nantaro's talent was. He didn't even know what it was. So he died before even getting to learn it. You know, the shipping of Shuichi and Kaede gets, you know, completely cut off, just like the shipping of Makoto and Sayaka got cut off pretty early. You know, it just really does suck for all of them. But that'll do it. But it'll still be me streaming. Well, at least playing games. Koga will, as Koga, I will, at some point buy a different game, to play. But again, like I said, the game that I'm thinking about buying doesn't come out till July. So, it'll be a while before I, as Koga, start playing another game, since I'm not playing SMT3 anymore. So, thank you all for watching. And I will see you all in the next stream. Have a good night, everybody.